Adam in the role of the serpent. The serpent, being symbolic, cannot make the man and woman symbolic, because Adam and Eve were real creatures, as reported in the family line of Jesus, where it is shown that Adam was the Son of God. Luke chapter 3 verse 38. A further examination of the record reports the following. Jesus, speaking to the Jews, "Why do you not understand my speech, even because you cannot hear my word? Your father, the devil, he was a murderer from the beginning, and does not stand in the truth, because there is no truth in him. He is a liar and the father of it. And because I tell you the truth, you believe me not." John chapter 8 verse 43 to 45. Now Adam was the only creature to whom a command was given that required obedience. Genesis chapter 2 verses 16 and 17. Adam openly disregarded the command of Yahweh through disbelief and disobedience, thereby becoming the devil, adversary of God, in the beginning. As by one man sin entered the world, and death by sin, so Adam became a murderer from the beginning. Romans chapter 5 and verse 12. For in Adam all die. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verses 22. Adam lived in the environment of the tree of life, but he was not allowed to remain there. Genesis chapter 3 verses 22 to 23, because he did not stand in the truth. Since the truth was not presented to any other living creature, Christ's testimony can only apply to Adam. John tells us that he that committeth sin is of the devil, for the devil sinned from the beginning. 1 John chapter 3 and verse 8. And Cain was of that wicked one. 1 John chapter 3 and verse 12. The wicked one, the devil that sinned and was a murderer from the beginning, can only apply to Adam, because he was the only one prior to Cain. Cain was the exact image of his father Adam, a murderer and a liar. Jesus testifies that the father of these Jews was the father of the lie. The Genesis record shows that the serpent was the first liar. This indicates that the father of the lie and the serpent are one and the same, and since the seed to whom Jesus was talking were men, then their father the devil was a man. This man was Adam, who enacted the part of a serpent. Adam is the only creature in the beginning to whom the accusations made by Jesus can fully apply. John chapter 8 and verse 44. The key to God's use of a serpent to symbolize Adam's deceit is disclosed in the following. The Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and much people of Israel died. Numbers chapter 21 and verse 6. Here God discloses that death is in the mouth of the serpent. Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man, which imagines mischief in their hearts. They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips. Psalm 140 verses 1 to 3. They are all gone out of the way with their tongues. They have used deceit. The poison of serpents is under their lips. Romans chapter 3 verses 12 to 13. The tongue no man can tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison. James chapter 3 and verse 8. Ye offspring of vipers, or serpents, how can ye, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks. Matthew chapter 12 and verse 34. Here God defines evil speaking proceeding out of the mouth of man, emanating from his imagination, as the deadly poison of a serpent. The the perverse conversation as recorded in Genesis chapter 3 belongs to the same category of the above statements, and Adam was the only creature, man, in the beginning, the father of Cain, who was of that wicked one to whom these statements could apply. The record of Genesis reports that two lineages originated in the Garden of Eden: the seed of the serpent, the natural seed, and the seed of the woman, the spiritual seed. No mention of the seed of the man. Why? Because the seed of the serpent is Adam's seed. A careful examination of the record shows that Adam and Eve were given a hearing and allowed to testify in their own behalf. The serpent was not granted this privilege, but was condemned without a hearing. Why? Because Adam was the serpent of the record and had already had his hearing and given his testimony.